right, so like I previously talked about, today was losing day for me. It was a CPI data day. I'm going to go ahead and clean up my charts so I can get these ready for tomorrow. Uh, Most of my theses were correct. It was just I blew it. But that's all part of it, as long as you lose small, though. I took a total of about 6 trades and lost a total of 520. So that's actually really, really good. I kept my losses small, even though it pissed me off. All right. So this is my area. All right. We're going to go ahead and keep those lines because I'm not going to have to redo those because I didn't really mess with this chart today. For me, I am looking at the zones here. We did have a major breakup here at the top. This is on NVIDIA. This is going to be the high. Whoops, wrong one. I meant the horizontal line, of course. Okay, so got you there, and then we're just going to go ahead and grab this one. We have some good price action in that area, which is the 536, so 443 to 536. Then we do have, NVIDIA's been on a move, though, so it's kind of ridiculous to think that it's going to drop this far, but I better have it marked up just in case. I do not mark these zones right here for the simple fact that it's covered with this already. I personally already know that area, so I don't need to worry about that. Oh, this one was Microsoft, not NVIDIA. Welcome to my world. Yeah, today was a frustrating day. Anyways, okay, now we'll move on to NVIDIA. NVIDIA just jumped. That's freaking crazy on that jump. That's a nice jump, though. All right, so our price action for the close, this is what we're looking at. All right, so the last few minutes of trading, yeah, we're going to take this zone right here. This is about the last 30 minutes of trading, so we're going to keep that. We got our low. Tap that area. And yeah, no, I like this area here. And then we got the all-time right here, just for fine. We know what those zones are. And then we have our gap down here at the bottom. So that's on that one. Now on Tesla, I marked up quite a bit today, so I'll show you exactly what I was working with. All right, so with Tesla, don't mind this one. I actually already started to work with it, but I wanted to show you guys what I do during the day and during my trades. So right in this area up here is where things started to get choppy. So I would actually mark off the low part of the consolidation zone, the upper part of the consolidation zone, and just as soon as it would break out of that area, if it would actually be a break, I would try and take the trade. If it was a break under, then same thing. And unfortunately, I got caught in very low price action work for option trading today, so I ended up just taking an L. But this is primarily where I was doing most of my work at today. And these levels, I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing with Tesla. Let's go ahead and pull that out of there. We don't need that, and we won't need this one because we're going to have that marked here. So we're not going to need that. We do have some consolidation right here. But the other thing that I would like to point out is somebody had asked me about my levels, and how can you mark them off that way? Well, if we take a closer look, all it is I'm looking for a zone. Okay, if you take a look back at yesterday's video, this is where I actually marked them at. I actually came through. I marked down these zones. I didn't move them or anything, but if you go back and take a look, this is where price got some hesitation. Went up to the next level, got some hesitation. Went up to the next level, got some hesitation. So basically, it's just the price action, the support and resistance zones. So it's not the fact that I'm making a prediction in essence, but what I am doing is I'm going back and looking at where previous zones are at. That is what I am marking off. So I'm using historical data to predict the future. So, in a way, yes. So all those levels were still hit today. I mean, look at this one right here. You know, we hit this zone, broke back below it, came down, hit the 173, and then it gunned up to the next support zone of 176, and then just started trading sideways on there. So that is why it doesn't take a long time to actually run through it and get it done. I did notice this though. This level itself could be adjusted a little bit better because I see the wicks over there, and then we got wicks right here. So I can adjust that a little bit more. This one I will actually put down to 172.50. That's a good zone because it's also tapped over here now. So I adjusted a little bit, but most everything else triggered exactly how I expected it to react. This one I can move a little bit higher for tomorrow because the price action did reach that area. The low zones and everything I'm not going to worry about because they'll be in this zone, and I don't trade inside this zone. So that is Tesla. Let's take a look at Google. Google I kind of ignored today. Initially, it had a gap up and it gunned. Hey, look at that, right to my 180. And then it just floated back down. But I was in another trade with Tesla, so I never got around to actually trading this one. Man, those levels actually held up pretty good. Look at that. Nice. So actually, I don't even think I'm really going to have to redo my levels today. Since I didn't trade it, it's still a clean chart. So I'm going to just delete that zone. We'll put in the new zone. This actually looks really good for tomorrow, though. I'll be honest. The reason why I say that is if we look at the close, all right, we closed up here, but all three of our indicators are right down here and at the bottom. I like that. I like that setup. That'll be good. All right, let's take a look at SPY. Fucking SPY. So SPY I really didn't do any work with either. I just saw it reach up here, and it just kind of sat here. I mean, it was barely moving at all, just like most of the Mag 7 that I was looking at in the time frames that I was working with. You know, it just wasn't trading. We do have that fantastic gap up, though. That I am loving. We're going to go ahead and pull this down because since the gap is already partially filled, I'll be looking for this area. And then, yeah, we got a gap all the way down. I don't know if we'll actually hit that. We'll see. Yeah, because that's an all-new high. So there is a huge zone here that potentially there's buyers sitting in that area. So we may actually get a sell-off to fill this gap since it's just right there, but we'll have to wait till the morning and see what happens. Let's go ahead and grab late day price action. Yeah, this is where we're going to be at. So that's about what we'll be looking at there. Now in my price action work, what I'm doing is it helps me determine if I should enter a trade. I have several setups that I look for on my trades, but if those trade setups are too close to the support and resistance lines, I don't automatically jump in. I wait for a confirmation. You know, so like right here, you know, there could have been a possibility, for example, that I felt good about this trade, you know, coming down this way, you know, it looks great, or on this rebound, because actually if I took this trade, it would have been exited at this point because that's enough bars for me. But this bounce right here and then this one back down, if it wasn't for this support zone cheat sheet basically for me, I might actually enter on that one and I would have lost. I would have lost the money. So that's why I use those. I use those as a secondary thought as to whether or not I'm going to enter. If it breaks it, cool, I'm in. You know, if for example I did this bar came down and then this bar actually continued to go down, then I'd enter. Then I would jump into it if it had the hostility to continue down. If it did not, you know, then I wouldn't. But that would have been the only way that I would have grabbed that trade with this support level right here. All right, SPY's good to go. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple was a beautiful sell-off at the end of the day. Look at that. Oh, That was a beautiful move. But I stopped trading. I was so irritated. I was like, I'm out. I'm not even going to deal with you no more. I am not risking any more money today. All right, let's look at our levels. So yesterday's levels are marked up. We're not going to have to really worry about those too much. Yeah, we have, gosh. So this one's going to be tough because of the new highs that we're at. So I'm going to mark some areas in, but realistically, they're just kind of guessing at this point because this is new territory. So for me, honestly, that's about it. I mean, because we don't have any real data to run off of for here, especially with that run right there. But I'm going to look at this one right here. So that's at 207. I kind of, yeah, let me do the 210.50. 210.50. You know, there's just not enough data here. I mean, you know, I could very well just flush all the way through that without actual historical data to go off of. You know, we're just kind of guessing, unfortunately. All right. And that's going to be our no-fly zone tomorrow. What my no-fly zone means is that if a trade starts in this area, I will not trade it. So let's say, for example, you know, the market opens and it's just in this area here. I will not trade it. This is the no-go zone for me. You know, and the same is true if like it comes up here, right, and starts to show some price action into here. I still won't trade it because this whole zone right here is a crapshoot. You know, it usually reverses and just freaking it jumbles around in here, and it's just freaking crazy. So I don't like to trade that area. It has, for me to get into a trade, I have to see something going up and up away, or down and down away. That's where I enter. Okay, let's take a look at AMD. All right, AMD. Wow. Well, that makes me feel special. Did AMD seriously not? Yeah, it really didn't do much today, did it? It just kind of sold off. I didn't even look at AMD today. Just kind of sold off, hit the mark, hit the mark, hit the mark. Came in here, and sat there. Isn't that special? All right. Really did not do a whole lot. I mean, it did. I mean, it lost $5. I'm just saying it unlike the rest of the guys, I mean, this one was actually moving around. I do want to change this right here because we actually have some tops and a little bit of price action right there. So I want to put that one in. This is still our gap fill. So I'm not going to have to do too much work with that one. Amazon is still one that I have not traded. I just track because it is one of the ones that I work with. You know, it did fill this. That's nice. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Can I have your attention, please? Thank you. All right. Excellent. And yeah, I want the late day. So right there. So I won't even be doing nothing with that. This high right here, I actually like that. But that's good. That's good. That's good. But I can mentally think of that one. I don't need to mark that one off. That is it. That is how my charts are going to look for tomorrow morning when I come in, and hopefully we have more of a normal day. All right, everybody. Take care.